Hello viewers, welcome to HNS Academy. As you can see on your screen, the topic of the video is Ctrl Key shortcuts. Now, as you know, we have multiple friends who are usually very good with the computers, and when we see them, we are kind of surprised the way they can do things, and we are not really able to do or use computers as fast as they can. Now, well, obviously there is a trick to it. So the tips you're going to see in this video are going to help you in making your everyday use of the computer much faster. So with that being said, let's start off with our video. So okay, here now, as you can see, this one I've listed some of the famous shortcut keys which are used with the Ctrl key, which is Ctrl C, Ctrl V, Ctrl S, Ctrl Tab. So these are some of the famous ones, where Ctrl C, Ctrl V it's for copy pasting stuff, Ctrl S for saving it, and Ctrl Tab to just browse through different windows, switch between the windows, different tabs while using the browser. Okay, now the first one here is Ctrl A. So combination of this lets you select all the text or all the files on a certain page. Next one is Ctrl B. It lets you bold the text. Ctrl C. Ctrl C is the famous one. It lets you copy all the text or all the objects or files or images wherever there is, and you can then paste it somewhere else using the Ctrl V key, which will come up in the upcoming after some time. Okay, now the next one is Ctrl D. This one lets you bookmark a page when you're using a browser, or it opens the font window in the Microsoft Word. Next one is Ctrl E. It lets you center the text when you're using Word, Excel, or any other similar software. Now the next one is Ctrl F. It opens up a find window where you can type in different words and it will search the word on that particular page for you. Next one is Ctrl G. Now this one does the same thing as Ctrl F, but it is usually used in the browsers. So it will open up a find section in the browser, and where you can type in the words and it will search it on that particular website. Now next one is Ctrl H. Now Ctrl H does two things in one go. You put in a word. So it does the Ctrl F function to search for a particular word, and then you put in a different word to replace it. So for example, if you want to replace a word which is there on a certain page or in a document repeatedly, and instead of doing it one by one, you can do it with just Ctrl H. So you put in a word that this word needs to be replaced with another word. You put in the first one on top, and then you put in the one you want to replace it with, and then you just enter it and it will replace it in the whole document. Next one is Ctrl I. This one is famous as well. It will make the text in italic format, so that's very useful sometimes as well. Next one is Ctrl plus J. Now this one, it lets you view the downloads in the browser, or you can set the alignment of a particular text or a paragraph inside the Word document. Next one is Ctrl K. Now it lets you create a hyperlink of a particular text. So for example, you've written a line, you select that line, you press the Ctrl key, and then you put in a link which will be hyperlinked to that particular text. Now next one is Ctrl L. This one is it selects the address bar on the browser. So if you press Ctrl L, it will automatically go to the address bar on the top, and this is usually handy when you're somewhere down in the website and you just don't want to, or if your mouse gets stuck, you can just simply Ctrl L. It will take you to the address bar. You can type in a different address and it will take you to that particular website, or it can be used to left align text in the word processor. Next one is Ctrl M. Now this one, it indents the word or the words or the paragraph which you've selected in the Microsoft Word or some other programs. Next one is Ctrl N. This will open up a new page or a new document in different whatever applications you're using. Ctrl O is one of the famous ones as well. This will open a file for you. Ctrl P, this is another famous one. This is used, it is very useful, especially when you want to print a page or on a website or wherever on any particular software you're using, Word, Excel, PowerPoint applications. You can just simply press Ctrl P and it will open up the print menu for you. Next one is Ctrl Q. It will remove the formatting from a particular paragraph, or it can simply quit the program for you without giving you any notifications about it. So it's a quick quitting key. Next one is Ctrl R. Now this will reload the page in the browser, okay, or it can be used to right align the text in the word processor. Next one is Ctrl S. This is one of my favorites. So it is usually used to Ctrl S will simply take you to the next section. It will save it is used to save the page or the document or wherever the file is. So, and while you're working on Word, Excel, PowerPoint, you can use this to save your work while you're working on it, so you don't lose the data which you've already done. Now next one, it's Ctrl T. Now this one, it will create a new tab for you in the browsers, whether it's Internet Explorer or some other browser, and it also adjusts the tabs in the word processors. Next one is Ctrl U. This is a famous one as well. It underlines the text and when you're working in Word or any other similar software or application. Now next one, Ctrl V. This is actually used in connection with the Ctrl C key. So Ctrl C is used to copy the text or the file or wherever the document is, and then you use Ctrl V to paste that particular file somewhere else in a different folder. Now next one is Ctrl W. This one, it will close the tab in a particular browser, or it can close the document for you in Word or any other application which you're using. Now next one is Ctrl X. Now this is a similar concept to Ctrl C. Ctrl C copies the text for you, while Ctrl X will simply cut paste the text. So it's used to cut it from one place and then paste it somewhere else. So this will be used in comparison in relation with Ctrl V. So the next step to this will be Ctrl V. You cut it from one side with Ctrl X and then you paste it with Ctrl V to another location. Next one is Ctrl Y. Now this one, this is very useful as well. So for example, you undo a thing. For example, you've written a text, you use Ctrl Z, which is the next key, and that will undo the thing which you've done or whatever the work you've done. However, if you've pressed Ctrl Z by mistake, or if you've pressed there's a button on the top usually in Word where you click it and it will undo the things, right? If you undo something but you didn't really want to do it, so then you can redo that particular section by pressing Ctrl Y. Okay, next one is Ctrl Z. So this is the first step. So what you do is, if for example you've written a paragraph and then you press by somehow you select the paragraph, you wanted to copy it, but you just press the backspace and it removed the paragraph for you. Now to bring it back very quickly, you can simply press Ctrl Z and it will bring up the whole paragraph back for you. Now next one is Ctrl End. Now end and delete end and home keys are used to go. If you press the end key, it will take you to the end of that particular line. If you press the home key, it will take you to the start of that particular line. Now with Control, what it does is it takes you to the end of that particular page or document, and also with the Control, which is the next one, Control Home, it takes you to the start of the document. So rather than taking you to the start of the line or end of the line, it takes you to the start of the document or end of the document. Now next one is Ctrl Escape. Now this one opens up the start menu for Windows. Next one is Control Tab. It is usually used to switch between different tabs in browser or other tab programs. Now next one is Ctrl Shift C. This does the same thing as Ctrl Y, which is redo a particular function or whatever you've done recently. Now next one, this is Control plus the bracket sign, so you can call it open bracket, or I'm not sure why it is called. So this can decrease the font size. So for example, if you're using Word and you think that the text you've written is too large, you can simply use this shortcut to adjust the font size so it looks as per your requirement. Next one is to increase the font size, Control plus the closing bracket, and this is usually used, it's the same concept as to decrease the font size. Now next one is Control equals. This will toggle the font into subscript form, and if you use Control Shift equal, it will make it superscript. So these are the two functions which you can do using these shortkeys. Now next one is Control Insert. This does the same thing as Control C. It will copy that particular thing for you, or the text or file, wherever it is. Next is Control back, so back arrow, left arrow. So what you can do is, for example, if you press the back arrow once, it takes you one character back, but if you press it in combination with Control key, so for example if you press Control and then the arrow, it will take you back one complete word rather than just one character. And next one is Control plus right arrow, and that does the same thing. It takes you one step forward, one and takes you to the next word. Control delete will delete, so delete and the backspace keys, these two are used to for example, if you want to you have a cursor in between two words. If you want to delete the word before that cursor, you press the backspace and it goes back one by one character. If you want to delete the whole word, you press Control backspace and it will delete the word for you. Now if you want to delete the word which is after the delete key or after the cursor, then you press the Control and delete and it will delete the next word for you. Now next one is Control Shift and Escape. Now these combination of these three keys, it opens up the task manager. So this is sometimes very useful. For example, if you're one of your applications are stuck, you can press these keys and it will take you to the task manager. From the task manager, you can simply close that application and you can get back to normal. And then this is usually very helpful when your computer screen is stuck on a particular application. Next one is Control Alt Delete. This has a similar function as to the last one, Control Alt Escape. This takes you to a screen where you can either restart the computer, power off, or it also gives you an option to open the task manager as well. So you can do a similar thing as the last key, which is when you're stuck, you can open the task manager to actually close that application. Okay, with that being said, that brings us to the end of this video. We will be waiting for your comments down in the comment section so we can bring up some more similar videos in future, and we will be making videos on different subjects as well, so this will eventually turn into a regular channel, or where you can come up with different ideas, and then we'll be looking for your comments or suggestions as well, so we can make the videos accordingly. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed our channel, please do it, and also do like the video and don't forget to comment. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye bye.